Hello, in this video I want to talk about my experience as a guide since day one it was added in the Shadowlands pre-patch. Firstly, I want to give you a quick breakdown of what this system is. New players that start the game today will be marked as a newcomer. This will persist until they hit level 50 and have 30 hours played. In addition to general, trade chat, etc., they will also be part of a Newcomer Chat. This chat is region-wide. Existing players can opt into being a guide. This will allow them to access the chat as well and answer questions the newcomers might have. Guides in the chat will be marked with a green flag and newcomers with a baby Murloc head. These symbols are also over the head in-game, but only visible to each other and no one else. There is currently no rewards connected with this system. Alright, so let's get into it. First, I want to talk about the requirements to join as a guide. This is the only thing that has been changed with this system since it was added. In the pre-patch, it required you to be max level and have completed the achievement for 3000 quests completed, and at least 2 of the following achievements. 3 max level classes, 1800 in arena, all mythic plus dungeons on 10+, kill the 2 last bosses in the raid, doable in LFR, or purchase all research items in the Titanic Research Archive, which was the power gain for the last patch. I think it's safe to say that most active players had achieved at least 2 of these, and it's fairly easy to gain access to the system for most people. As the expansion has progressed, I've seen the quality of the guides and answers drop drastically in the chat. Now, more often than not, I see guides arguing between each other about random stuff and blowing off newcomer questions with stuff like "Google it," "You don't have internet where you live," and stuff like that. Earlier, a frequent question like "What class is the best to play?" would be answered with stuff like "Try some different classes and find out what you enjoy the most." While now, it's more often than not met with people arguing, calling each other for playing X and Y, and MDI player Z said on stream this class or just quit the game. Me being a lurker, I like to armory and look at the profiles of people acting like this. Opting into a place only to argue, I would call a strange behavior. And I'm not going to hang out any people here, but mostly these people are the guys decked out in World Quest gear, hanging around Ouroboros all day crying in trade chat about the game not having any content. I don't know exactly when it was changed, but sometime during Shadowlands the requirements to join as a guide has been changed to be max level, complete 3000 quest achievements. So at this point, I'm not surprised if someone opts into being a guide as a newcomer. I personally wish they would keep the previous requirements, as I think it will exclude some people who is only there seeking attention. Another thing I want to mention about the chat that is both great and a bit negative: there's a lot of people who wants to help. And often I see people who don't know the answer to something just give out plain wrong and misleading information. Me, being naive, I think this at least comes from a willing to be helpful, and maybe a better guidance from Blizzard on what's expected and not expected from a guide would be nice to clear situations like this. One of the most missed opportunities with the system is the icons of the players. I personally cannot think of one negative reason to not have the Murloc icon indicating a new player shown to all players. I think driving expectations is important. And with WoW, experienced players often expect everyone else to be at their level, independent of content. Showing the icon to all players will break this illusion and hopefully make people be more helpful towards new players. The last thing I want to talk about is something that was added with the Looking for Group system back in Wrath of the Lich King. When you queue for a dungeon, you can select roles between tank, heal, DPS and leader. If you hover over the symbols, a text will be displayed of what's expected of you for each selection. I bet most people haven't even read the text displayed if you hold over leader, and some even have it ticked without knowing what it's for. I think if you tick this box, this should bring up another window informing you of what you are signing up for, and if not agreed upon, it should deselect the choice. I also wish people who wants to take on this role should display the flag icon over the character during the dungeon, to show others they have opted into this, and hopefully break the barrier for people feeling awkward about asking questions. One observation I've had this expansion: if you had to guess where I have the most toxic encounters, I'm the plus keys pigging heroic PvE, doing rated PvP, or leveling alts in normal dungeons. Yep, leveling in normal dungeons. I've seen people try hard more on freehold normal than in high mythic plus keys, and they will get extremely upset if you don't know about some skip or have the max damage output. I think having the dungeon guide symbol shown as well as newcomer would help to drive people's expectations in situations like this, and hopefully be more thoughtful towards each other, as it clearly displays for everyone that we are not all on the same skill level without any flaming taking place. Alright, this has been my thoughts on the system. I'm also a bit curious on how Blizzard are planning on driving in more guides in the future, as there is no official info on the system on their page, and the gods doesn't even know where to sign up for it. I'd love to hear about your experiences in the comments below. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more topical content like this, subscribe. This has been just another neckbed, and as always, have a nice day.